Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 200 of On the Backs of Gods. There were no technical difficulties and everything is fine. I am your DM, Jillian. We have our players here today. Same as always. We have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. I'm going to wish you a happy Hanukkah. And I'm going to move on because I've lost time and I'm ready for combat. I've lost too much time and I'm ready to go. Currently, our party is gathering allies and resources to do a final stand against a local cultist named Bosch or the Guard, who is intent on ending humanity so that nature and corruption can flourish in its place. And it seems some people agree with the sentiment. Some of those people no longer here. Um, Maybe some of them still here and hanging on by the skin of their goddamn teeth. Um, but you have gathered your friends, one grouping being Nix's husband, Russ, and his employees, coworkers, and then Thor and her two companions. You also called upon the help of some other allies who can't be there with you, but are providing assistance as best as they can from afar or not at all, depending. You got in contact with your a very powerful war-loving wizard friend who was able to craft your ring of spell storing so that it could be kind of like dummy gloves for somebody to be able to make contact with and maybe disarm one of these batteries, as there are three batteries that need be dealt with, all of them at least a mile from each other, and you have to disarm them within a certain amount of time. Didn't seem very clear, but it seemed like it was a short amount of time. And in the mind of a cultist, not enough time for you guys to sprint between the two locations to do it yourselves. So it seems we are currently splitting the groups, Russ and his group, you guys, and then Thor and her group, and hoping that all of you can succeed, as it seems all three sites are heavily guarded. Um, at least from the perspective of the memories of somebody who is not currently there. So who knows what could actually be there? They could just be setting up day one and they're like, oh shit. Oh no, hey guys, whoa. Can you circle around real quick? Or it's already done. But anywho, using one of your connections, you use a teleportation circle and arrive in the town of Snow's Way. You enter into the interior of a very similar looking charcoals and inks and parchment shop, to a very tired employee who is like quickly ushering you out, mostly because one of you is a horse, and the horse is being ushered out as quickly as possible. So Randall and horse are immediately outside. um, the employee kind of steps forward and like very groggy grabs a basket that's on on the desk on the counter and like slides it over to the edge closer to all of you. It looks like a wrapped goodie basket.
Kel just receive basket.
Yeah, it looks like it has things inside of it and it has a note attached to it.
Hmm.
I will read the note.
The note says, in very beautiful handwriting, incredibly late notice, guilty of the sin of regifting, don't tell Corrine, enjoy. Signed, Marcher.
Hmm.
I was hoping there was a note saying, "'Tis me, the basket from the forest of Eden."
I'm back.
That would have been a bonkers pull for episode 200, I gotta say.
Hey, you guys lost the opportunity to interact with that
We're
basket.
never gonna get that
I'm never
basket.
gonna get that picnic basket.
You won't. I can promise you that. If I can promise you one thing, it's that that basket interaction's gone. Unless you go
Dang.
back to the forest and look for it. Then maybe you could have your
Later.
basket.
Later.
Guys, let's go.
Yeah,
Turn
that's more important
around.
than this.
But yeah, you're welcome to look at it if you want to, or what are we doing?
Do we want to investigate this?
Perhaps not in the middle of
Trust
the shop,
nothing.
but
Walk and look.
Okay.
might as
Walking
well.
and
Time
digging.
is of the essence, and we've got to find the post office still. I don't suppose anyone here looks awake enough to give us directions.
I mean, there was a awake employee that you could have spoken to if you're so inclined. What do you guys need at the? You guys sending mail? What are we doing?
I've got a few letters I need to send, yes, and one or two I think we are meant to pick up.
All right,
You
let's find the
say
post
so.
office.
You could tell me about it on the way there. As you guys walk and open this basket, you see inside that there are some fancy lotions and a loofah and some scented soap and an
Mm-hmm.
open box of chocolates.
Wow.
There are also three lesser healing potions.
Oh,
There
wow.
is one superior healing potion.
Oh.
There is, you can see all of these were labeled very politely. There is an oil of sharpness and there is a potion of heroism. You can see that there are also two necklaces gently placed inside. One of them is a gold necklace that has a red heart adjacent shaped gem, and the other one is a more kind of coppery necklace that has multiple different colored beads around it.
Interesting.
What was after the oil of sharpness?
It was oil of sharp potion of heroism.
Thank you.
And there are, just to be clear, one, two, three, there are 6 different colored beads on the other necklace. Those sadly not labeled. He didn't put a sticky note on those.
Well, I don't suppose we've got the ability to identify those on the go.
Well, perhaps while you're inside the post office, Roshan can take a look. I'm not sure.
If time and resources allow.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Roshan looks them over and starts handing things out. Go do your post office thing, and I'll do some reconnaissance.
Okay. And we've got to make contact with Gunhild still. So, if I finish with my business, where should I meet you?
Maybe we just stand outside the post office and wait for
I
you.
think we'll just wait here
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
We'll be right out here.
Fair enough. No,
You
no.
all start making your way. People are welcome to make perception checks, except Roshan, who I think is starting to go through goodies.
Mm-hmm.
There's my nat 20, so the next roll's gonna be
Oh,
really bad, guys.
yeah, your
so
next
that's
roll's gonna
30.
suck.
Got a 14.
10.
Wow. 18 on the dice plus 14, 32. I technically get advantage on that. Do you want me to?
If you
I don't
feel
think I need
so
it.
inclined to.
I don't feel like I need that. I'm okay.
It is early morning, but it seems quieter than you would assume. Like there should be people up and about and going to work. And you're not picking up on that casual early morning hustle bustle. But the people who are rolling 30s, you can hear like distant, like the best way to refer to it is shouting. That there are people communicating and shouting back and forth to each other. You are picking up on checking the rest of the homes, finish the evacuation. It sounds like that the town is being evacuated.
Thank goodness.
And you can see that after you guys leave the teleportation circle, that person closes, locks the door, and absolutely like picks up some bags and like goes.
Yeah, no, that tracks. God love anybody who's working in this situation. It's very much a Waffle House index sort of situation, but
Well, when Corrine asks you to stay during an evacuation and let her friends use the teleportation circle, you stay and use the teleportation circle.
yep, makes sense.
Would have been nice if they could have levied some spearmen to send with one of our groups, but I suppose they're just peasant folk.
I think it's just as well. We can, I think, make the most use of our opportunity here, and hopefully there will be as few innocent people close by as possible in case anything should go wrong.
Nana, you enter the empty post office.
Yeah, that's to be expected. She takes a small parcel of letters bound up in twine. It's a lot of letters from a long time unsent. She's kept better count than I have, but they're all addressed to home, Balder, her mom, Hertha, Irving, Roshan's family, Fenn's family. Something for Gorbjorn, for Saga. They're all bound up, and she has that placed kind of like behind the counter, about where someone would expect an inbox to be, and writes out a small note on there. Please, with this payment, ensure these are sent, if not reclaimed, in 10 days. And places, I'd say probably 10 gold. Yeah, 10 gold. Along with those letters, tied up in a small square of cloth, and leaves that and makes her way back out.
Okay. At this point, are you guys heading to the tree line? Okay.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
If there's nothing else for you in town,
Don't believe so.
Are we sending Gunhild a message to see where we're meeting her?
I think we should.
If we have it to spare.
Yeah, I can do that. Would Roshan have had? I guess we really didn't have time. She walked in and walked out since it was
Yeah.
empty. Can I guess at the necklaces?
is Roshan guessing or is Joshua guessing?
It's a Joshua guess.
So I'm going to say not yet. But I'm
Okay.
sure you have a pretty good idea as Joshua what these necklaces probably are. So you're welcome to assume.
We stopped assuming what jewelry does, right, Nix?
Just putting it on.
Well,
Now's
then,
not the time.
as we finish up at the post office, Roshan will reach out to Gunhild and say, making our way to the tree line now from Snow's Way. Can we meet you there? I don't need 10 more words. We're not
No.
friends.
We're not close.
Mac, you
I'll
muted.
be there.
Nothing. Just quit.
Sounds like Gunhild will be there waiting for us. Does everyone have everything they need? Do you want us to name the items we've got, Jillian?
I'm going to. I'll wait until these new items are introduced, and then
Okay.
I will ask what everybody has on their person. Um, but you make your way to the tree line. It does not take long. You realize that this is not a very large town, and based on the setup of things, probably the evacuation was not too difficult. This seems to kind of be like Galunder. It seems to be like a very important like religious center for Snotra. That it seems that she kind of has a solid hold in this portion of the continent in regards to worship. So this seems like the Galunder of Snotra is kind of where you are. Maybe even smaller than Galunder. It seems that this is just the things here are beautiful. And you do come across residences, but it is small and now very, very quiet. Um, but you make your way forward while you're walking. Gressa does give um, some a courteous bow to a statue, but does not go further than that. And you all make your way pretty quickly to the tree line. It's not too far off. Um, you're welcome to set up here and do what need be done before you go into the forest.
Right.
Well, Roshan will start identifying with uh, the ritual. We can spare 20 minutes while we wait for Gunhild.
Surely.
Yeah, it depends on how much time you guys would like to spend. Like the oil of sharpness, I think takes a hot minute to apply. It takes
Yeah,
only
the
one
oil of
minute.
sharpness takes a
Okay.
minute to apply and only lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
How big do we think this forest is?
It's unless it is at the tree line with you guys right now, you think for you to encounter 3 locations, it's not going to be an hour. That would just be what your heart says, is that you don't
Okay.
think an hour is going to cut it.
Um, well, maybe we can get intel from Gunhild, see how close we are to these spaces. But Kel, do you, out of character, because I don't think it makes sense to ask in character, do you have temp HP, Keld?
Not currently.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you kept one of your snacks for you, did you?
Then I'll hand
Probably
you
not.
both the potion of heroism, his potion of heroism, and the oil of sharpness. The oil of sharpness turns your weapon into a +3, so +3 attack, +3 damage for an hour. And then the potion of heroism gives you 10 temp HP. And while you have those temp HP, you also are blessed.
Mm.
And I'll try and help you remember that. Oh,
Making
actually,
notes.
uh, you will just be blessed for an hour rather than not when the temp HP go away. So
What was the temp HP?
temp
Oh,
HP is
just
10.
okay. Let's just-
That's bonkers.
And then Roshan will take one of the lesser healing potions. Does anyone want a superior?
I'll take it. Unless no, give it to Russ.
Yeah.
Russ like glances over. I'm not worried about us. We fight without needing to heal all the time.
that's my concern, is that you haven't the means to heal yourselves if something were to happen, but that's fine. If you don't want it, we'll take it.
Great.
Roshan will try and push off one of each of the two lessers onto the other two groups and just say, please take some insurance. We've got plenty for us.
Brynja will step forward and take one of the lessers, and then Maggie will mage hand over one. And you can hear her like, oh, cute. And like looking at the lesser healing potion.
In case of emergency, purely. It's not a lot, but if someone's on the ground, at least it's better than not.
Uh, uh, Maggie smiles over. Well, I hope we all die at the same time. And she smiles. And the other two like kind of like nod and like, yeah, that sounds good. Like they're all like, yeah, I hope we die at the same time. We hope it works out like that.
Speaking of the same time, if we are to disarm them at the same time, let's start a sending chain. Can Maggie or Gressa, can you cast sending?
I can only assume one of them can. So yes.
So if things start, I just hope that they don't start with Russ's group. Russ, don't start things. Maggie or Gressa, I will sending you if we have to start disabling it, and I want you to sending me if you have to start disabling it, and then whoever gets the first sending continues on to let Russ's team know.
Gressa nods. Okay. Easy.
So once the threats are neutralized or we think we can handle it, we disable them. And Russ has the ring, right?
Yes, Russ has the ring.
And I'll look at Russ and be like, you got that? And then I'll also look at, I guess, Maggie and Gressa, because I still don't know who's doing what.
Yeah. It's a thumbs up from the two ladies, who both seem to kind of like be murmuring to each other about like while they were walking, like the concept of what these batteries could be. So they both seem magically inclined. Thor did not engage. And then Russ nods. Yep, I take it out.
And I will do ours. So, all right. Let me get to work on these necklaces. Maybe they'll be helpful.
Okay. You take 20 minutes, and it is a periapt of wound closure and a necklace of prayer beads.
Um, I'll give. Um, is there one of each on the necklace?
Yes.
Okay. I will give Fen the necklace of prayer beads and periapt of wound closure. Is that one? It does. Does anyone have any open attunement slots?
That's probably the question if people would like to uh, open their slots for healing and what have you.
This one should stabilize you if you are dying, but won't save you, of course, from somebody angrily chopping your head off.
I just I didn't know what the necklace of pearl beads did. I cannot attune to this, but based on my classes.
Oh, it is cleric, druid, paladin. Oh no.
Oh,
Maybe
hmm.
maybe Gressa wants it.
Maybe.
Grissa narrows her eyes. Um, Also, I don't plan to be stingy as me, Jillian, as I think I haven't been and said thus. I will ignore like class qualifications for magic items. I think that's silly, anywho. Why can't I wield the cool thing? Is where I stand. Um, so anybody can have
Uh
either of the items if they have an attunement slot available.
Okay. Can do you mind then walking me through how this works then? Because it looks like it requires D20 rolls to use anything here.
no, it just has one of each of those spells.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spells on there. Okay.
And you
Yeah.
get to cast them as bonus actions, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Right?
Um,
Um, each bead contains a spell that you can cast from it as a bonus action.
okay.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
And
And the parry app?
I think I think I'll try and push that onto Qualis and be like, I'm not gonna lie, this is dangerous, and this might help keep you alive.
Um, Thanks. And he starts to put it on. I signed a lot of paperwork saying that I understood that. And puts on the necklace and attunes to probably the first magic item he's ever attuned to.
Wow. You're welcome, buddy.
We also are giving him that rod of wonder, aren't we?
Oh, sure.
Here you go,
He
Quellis.
attunes to the second magic item he's ever attuned to. So confused about what he could possibly do with this.
Oh
And
boy.
looks ready to start swinging it around, and like it's like Brynja like reaches out and like
Oh, you did
lowers
it.
his hand. Um, uh,
And then I guess, has anyone spotted Gunhild yet? There is a solid chance she is lurking just behind a tree. So,
Or just behind us.
yeah, I'll turn it in a 360 and see if I can see her.
I'll help look
yeah, roll me.
around.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody's welcome to roll me a perception check if they would like to try to find Gunhild. She's
Nat 20.
rolling the bosh
That's a
dice. Let's
natural
go.
one, and I'm glad I'm getting it out the way now.
I kind of wish I had that nat 20 for something else, but I'll take it.
11.
And what does that add up to?
Be a 32.
Nobody else wants to share their numbers after the 32 at the field.
11.
10.
That was 16.
I will say the nat one is really very pretty on this dice. It's very gorgeous.
Alas. Still
Alas.
I
a
hope
nat
it's the
one.
last we see of it.
Beautifully tragic.
Hmm. Like Nana.
There are footprints in the snow that are not lining up for you, Fen. You're like, nobody was over there. You think Gunhild's Gunhild's here.
While Roshan doles out the rest of the magic items, Fenn's just going to kind of casually walk over to where he thinks Gunhild might be lurking. Just be like, I'd really like us to put aside all of our differences and just get on the same page for what's to come. Might be the last time we have an opportunity to. He's going to say that aloud to nothingness.
Ew. Drops invisibility and like pushes past you. Map now.
Nana's got one.
Uh, you watch as she pulls out this like stiletto dagger and like spins it in her hand. Comes over and stab, stab, stab. 3 gentle stabs onto the map, showing 3 locations in the forest. One of them's more of a guess, but what are you gonna do? Um, she points to 2 locations. One being the closest and one being the furthest. I saw these 2. I didn't have time to look super hard for the other one, but I only can assume it's in this area. I didn't see Bosch or Sunny or anyone at those other 2 locations, so if I had to guess.
Probably number 3.
We'll take the furthest.
Right.
Oh, if you want. I'm gonna go to the other one where I think they might be.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said that you thought they'd be at the furthest.
No, they weren't there. Or if they could be there now, but they were not there when I looked.
Well, we certainly have unfinished business with Bosch. Not to make this personal, but that's the one. That's the location we'd like to go to.
Well, then that is my assumption that it is somewhere in the middle based on all of the fucking geometry bullshit I watched everybody draw up on occasion.
Mhm.
Triangles, powerful. I don't know. I didn't pay that much fucking attention. So it's somewhere in that area, which means we're gonna have to locate it. But I have a vague idea.
Okay.
And how far are we from each of the areas here?
To get to the furthest location, you're probably gonna get there by nightfall.
All right. So that's probably a 7-hour march ahead of us. Would you suggest we take the same trail and then split in the woods, or split now?
Which location is closest? How far marches the closest location?
She motions to the map. Maybe 3 hours.
I can get 10 of us to the other locations, 11, including myself. So our party and Thor's party to the other locations considerably faster. If we allow 3 hours for the march and let everyone else go, one of these speeds, I can cast Windwalk.
All right. Okay. It'd
Uh,
certainly help for timing.
Nix, you're under the assumption that, like, it depends. You guys could do the 3-hour march and then have the other team just like bopping around, which does make sense. You could also windwalk everybody. And there's too many people. Never mind. I just want everybody to be missed. It just sounds so fun. I just want it to work so
Could just
bad
let it
that everybody.
happen.
I could just let it happen, but I can't start this session by letting y'all do bullshit, even if I want it and suggest it. Even if I suggested it at the top. Okay. Is there anything before you go? During this time, the ladies have kind of like stepped off to the side, and you see them each say, I love you to each other. And they each pull out a letter from their backpacks and they all like look at each other and then put the letters back in their bags. Russ once again pulls his team to the side and is like, you are welcome at this moment to leave. You are honestly welcome at any moment to leave. You're under no obligation to stay. It will like be more of a pain in the ass, and I probably won't ask you to come back onto the job if you like flee like mid combat, but like if everyone's dying, then I suppose it's fine. I can't fire you if I'm dead. And he smiles. Um, so this is a good chance so that you don't have to walk back by yourself in the woods. And his team remains. Um, anything from you guys?
First, we're walking the 3 hours and then we're splitting off, right? That's what we're planning to do. Okay. I have a thing for before we get into a fight, but that's separate. But next to go Paul, Keld, and Gunhild aside and have a quick little chat.
Okay. Gunhild, you can see that there is hesitation to step away with you and Keld.
Hmm.
There is a moment of hesitation before she's like, well, fuck, if I'm gonna get killed, it'd probably be less painful here. And follows you and has a little side conversation. Anybody else doing anything? Okay.
Growing
Uh,
up a little bit.
nice.
I think
uh,
Nana is like kind of just sitting to one side and meditating, sort of.
okay. Um, Nyx, Keld, and Gunhild return from their conversation. Um, Gunhild stretches and sort of takes like a lead position, like waiting at the tree line. Like, I'll get you there as quickly as I can. But and she kind of like looks over the group, and you can tell she's like, "Oh, we're gonna move so slow. Uh, we're gonna move so slow." Um,
Keld's gonna
uh,
look at everyone just a few seconds pointedly and say, I know everyone's gonna do what we need to do.
okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else before you begin? I'm assuming, at least based on following Gunhild, she is going to be stealthing. She is not bulldozing through the forest. She will be stealthing. Is there anything before you begin? Anything else? Because I have something when you guys are done.
A nice little break for snacks.
Oh, soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. Soon. I'll let you have a break for snacks soon. But first, you guys have a lot of companions traveling with you, and their combats are going to be off screen. Uh, assumedly, unless you all die super fast, then I'll pan over and I'll be like, okay, everybody gets a new character sheet. You're Qualis now. But the thing is, sure, I can decide who lives and dies. That's easy. I'm allowed to do that. I could just say that they all drop or they all live because I like them. But we're not going to do that. We're leaving this up to the dice. And I think the only fair way to do this is for all of you to get to roll for your allies who you all called in to help you. Um,
Hooray!
so each ally, depending on, I think, their strength, their ability to survive in a hostile environment, has a modifier. So not everybody has the same modifier. Some people are better equipped for this than others. But this comes down to, in most scenarios, one dice roll per character. Each of you will get to roll for two characters. I will not be telling you who you are rolling for. And we will start at the top. Kyle, I'd like you to roll me a d20.
15.
Okay.
Why is this happening so soon?
Uh, Mac, I'd like you to roll a d20.
You got it. 19.
Katie, I'd like you to roll me a d20.
12.
Josh, I'd like you to roll me a d20.
15.
Okay. Greg, I'd like you to roll me a d20.
10.
Okay. Kyle, I'd like you to roll me a d20.
2.
Okay. Mac, I'd like you to roll me a d20.
14.
Katie, I'd like you to roll me a d20.
That's better. 17.
Josh, I'd like you to roll me a d20.
7.
Greg, I'd like you to roll me a d20.
11.
Okay. You all begin to make your way into the forest. I'm going to need a group stealth check.
Since we
Yes.
are walking for a while before we get there, I will have the staff attuned so I can cast Pass Without Trace on everybody.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Familiar terrain or preferred terrain for the Rangers?
This is normal Midgardian forest.
It is. Once you've been traveling it for an hour, so sure, why not? Go ahead and take it. I'm just going to take the best of each group. And they will roll. Get out of here, Bosch dice. It's not your turn. What do we got?
Oh, who was rolling? Are we all rolling
Everybody.
individual for
Everybody.
Okay, and
Yeah,
the Rangers
everybody.
have advantage.
2.
Dirty 20.
Everyone adds 10, don't forget.
Oh, dirty 30 then.
12.
32.
43.
Jesus Christ.
26.
Killed. Clank, clank, clank.
Clink, clonk.
Keld, you are in good company as basically all of the other builds in the rest of the groups are heavier builds. So at least Russ's group is not the stealthiest. They're not built for that.
I don't like that for them.
So you all begin to make your way forward. I'd love to know, which group are you leaving at the first hurdle? Who's staying at the first location?
Probably Russ's group, I would imagine, just so we have the room to wind walk the rest. I mean, how big is Russ's group?
They're more numerous than Maggie, Gressa, and Thor, that's for sure.
It's true. And they have a horse
Yeah.
who must be windwalked if if part of this.
That's true.
Oh, I got to roll stealth for the horse. That's separate.
Oh no.
The horse has the best stealth out of everybody who just rolled.
At least they all get that plus 10. It's fine.
That's true. Yeah, the horse got like a 30.
Hell yeah. Up there with the horse girl.
You begin making your way into the forest, and for my own amusement, that is where we are going to take our break. Thank you all for being here. Go get a snack and a drink because I think we're about to jump into things. See you guys in 10 minutes.
Keld's gonna give him a hug.
Thank you, Ted.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We just took a break and we're going to just jump back into things for episode 200 of On the Backs of Gods. We're going into one hell of a combat, or maybe you guys can just talk to him. It's always an option. Talking has always been an option.
Talking
It's a
is
slot on
Um,
my bingo slot, actually. Bingo sheet,
they're like,
actually.
hey, hold up. Actually, hey,
Let's
man,
resolve this through conversation.
I'd like to lead this successfully. You all begin stealthing your way through the forest, and Gunhild stops you at around the 3 hour mark and like motions in a direction. It's that way. I'm not bringing a group that close.
sensible. Right.
Should
And then
we
there's the clip clop of a horse silently approaching.
should we leave Russ's group here?
Think so.
I'll cast Windwalk, drop Thor's group off at the furthest point, and then rejoin you at the middle point. Or drop you at the middle point, drop Thor's group, and then I'll come back, and once we all return to corporeal form, we'll know it's time to go.
I mean, they'd be able to separate from us. That's how the windwalk works. But I think we need to go with them since Gunhild's the one that knows where it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could go with them and then circle back.
That's fine.
If you drop this spell before I get back, I will kill you when you are injured after this combat.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. And
We
she
need to have
smiles.
some degree of trust here.
Mm,
At least enough to do what must be done today.
I'm doing my best.
Nope. Nothing
And she
against what you're doing.
smiles and like tilts her head. Shut up. And she like
Really?
laughs under her breath.
Literally no one doubted you.
And she's like, shut the fuck up. Like you could see she's actively like turning and speaking to someone. Okay. Ooh, honestly, how about we all stick together then? We all go to the furthest location and then we all come back to the middle.
Well, that's fine.
Great.
The magic permits.
I haven't done this in a while, so but I think I can still lead.
All
And
right.
she like does like some deep breathing and like she's prepping herself for windwalk.
Then I'll genuflect to Russ and the team and just kind of give a Briar Heart salute.
Qualis doesn't really know what's going on, returns the salute, and you get like a lot of like nods of acknowledgement from the rest of them. And then there's Gleb in the back who gives like a thumbs up to everybody, who has been sneaking around having the time of his life, but but silently in the back, thumbs up. Okay.
All right.
Nix, do you need a moment?
She'll give him a hug goodbye, of course.
Yeah, naturally.
Wrap his arms around her. So, I've been asking the universe that if for some unforeseen reason you perish, that I do it like a split second before you so I can't feel it,
Okay, I'll try.
I'd appreciate it. I mean,
Right, but so if something happens, if so, I'm not like Keld. I can't bring people back the way that they are. Could I still bring you back, but different? If something happens and I don't also die.
I did mark on my paperwork that I am open to being risen from the dead. So,
Great. Do I
all
need to
right.
know the others?
Hmm?
Is there like paperwork for everybody else on you, just in
Oh
case?
yeah, they all They all have
Okay.
paperwork, and there's copies. I don't have all of them.
Uh, I'll find it if I need to.
Um, kind of looks over at the group. It's just me.
Got it.
Some people don't trust magic, you know.
Looks at Qualis holding these magic items. Uh-huh.
It's like he's making like wow 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 sounds as he moves it in front of him.
Hmm.
I mean, this dude has like a long sword and like a shield he could be using, but is now currently distracted by just getting to hold the wad of the wad of wonder, the wonder. Good for you, Qualis. Listen, I'm not worried.
I'm trying not to be.
Mm. It'd be great if you were going in with things more stacked in your favor, but
Yeah,
you did your
that'd be
best on that.
great. I did. Got some other plans in the works too, just in case.
Yeah, but listen, we'll beat the shit out of our guys, and then we'll start bulldozing towards the middle. All
I'll
right.
see you soon.
Yeah. 10 minutes tops.
It's probably more than 10 minutes, but
15, 16, it's all the same.
okay. I love you.
I love you too.
Can I catch Brynja's eye?
Sure. She sees you looking at her and like keeps like glances over.
Are you sure you have enough healing in your body?
We have this potion you gave us and some snacks. And you could see people who are like eating their snacks as while they're chilling here. Um, um, I mean, we've used potions before. I have one in my bag, so I know we at least have two.
All right. I just don't want this to be the last time any of us see each other again, and wanted to make sure that that wasn't a fault of logistics.
If if it comes down to what these bottles can do, I think we're in a maybe a worse spot, but it is what it is.
Look after them. I know that you're the one that always has, and I just... Best of luck to you. I hope to see you again.
Yeah,
Thank you for your
me
help.
too. Of course. Never I don't think we've ever dealt with anything like this, but first time for everything, I guess. Kind of like puts a hand on the hilt of her axe. Yeah, 15 minutes. Okay. And then is there anything before Fen turns everybody into mist and we start moving so fast?
Just that Keld gives Russ a good hug too.
He definitely embraces you, and he's like, he's trying to give you a kiss on the mouth, but he just can't reach your mouth. So he just kind of like kisses
Mwah.
the. You have to meet him there. And he gives you like a solid pat. I'm not worried. You're there.
I'll be there.
I really need you to be. And you can see the crazy in his eyes. You can see this increasing amount of crazy that looks like it's just slowly building.
I'll give his shoulder a squeeze.
Yeah, I can't. And he kind of like slaps at your sides. I'm hyping myself up. I can't do that.
Shh.
Shoo.
Yeah, we'll sit here for like you said this shit's really fast, so for like like 10 minutes we'll sit here, and then we'll start slowly moving upwards, and then we'll wait for the signal.
Sounds good.
And Gressa leans forward. Okay, do you want, just to possibly save you the spell slot, do you want the signal to be, like, would you like me to sending them once we turn back to our corporeal forms? Or do you want me to wait for you to call? Because if you have things you want to do once you land,
When
because
you become
if you
solid
need a minute.
again, just go ahead and send the message.
Yeah, just want to. We'll have to give a buffer after you send the message because we want to land and prepare ourselves as well. So, land and then give us 10 minutes or so to get to our spot, and then we'll prepare and then we'll move.
Okay, I'm giving you exactly 10 minutes. Okay.
Roshan hopes that's enough.
It should be. Between Fen and myself, I think we can get us pretty quickly through the underbrush one way or the other. This is hardly the strangest forest we've been through.
Fen looks nervously to Nyx because he knows she's done this before. He's only been in this gaseous form once.
You've
But,
got this.
But he, once he gets the little reassuring nod from Nyx, he looks over the group and pulls one of the beads, and we start to wind walk.
Okay.
Here we go!
All of you enter a mist form as Gunhild snakes her way to the front of the group and kind of jumps right at the end as she takes off. It seems hanging out with druids, you do this sometimes. So she seems accustomed to this to some extent. Um, all of you aggressively take to the sky and move so incredibly fast that time means nothing to me now. You're there in like a handful of minutes. Like it's near immediate that you whoosh your way through the forest. Closing in on the furthest location where Gunhild stops a good distance away. So at this point, you haven't been able to see any of the locations. But she does like a lot of rustling near a tree to like locate, like show like direction. And the Grissa, Maggie, and Thor separate from your group and just sort of like lower themselves to the ground and wait as mist. Um, and then Gunhild turns and begins making her way forward. She's gonna make some rolls, but it's hard because she's moving so fast. Uh, let's pull up that character sheet. Um, I wish I had that other dice, but that's okay. Okay, girly pop. Um, okay, kill him. Oops, I didn't want to roll. Just in case you guys wanted to know, she got a 6 on her performance check that I accidentally rolled. She's doing the job, but it's not like that good of a show. She leads you all forward and eventually stops like the dashing of it all and slows down astronomically after making it what feels like back to that median point and is like slowly snaking through and moving and eventually stops and lowers herself to the ground.
Once everyone else is, within a foot or two of the ground, I will drop the wind walk.
Okay. There is a minute where all of you sit there holding your breaths, waiting for the wind walk to be done. Uh, Nyx, are you still equipped to the thing that done what cast pass without trace.
Up until now, yeah.
Okay.
I'm swapping it once we're doing our prepping right before going in.
Cool. Okay, and we lost that, so that's gone. And a minute passes. You can only assume that your 10-minute clock starts now. Gunhild immediately lowers and like begins moving forward. I
Yeah.
need a group stealth check.
All
There
right.
is no plus 10 in this scenario unless you are doing it again.
Can we have a couple minutes to apply things to our weapons and take our potions?
Gunhild groans and like rests her head against a tree and waits.
Fen chooses Taffy.
Yep. Nana has her weird confection thingamabob.
Let's see. Fen, go ahead and roll me a d8.
8.
You feel like a hardiness to your body, like there is a somewhat like thickness to your skin, almost like a little shield. You have resistance against lightning damage and immunity against damage from the magic missile spell.
Oh, haha. Nifty.
Awesome.
And Nana?
D8.
Yep.
Yo. It's a 7.
Okay. You have resistance to poison damage and advantage on ability checks to escape grapples or restraints.
Oh, wow. Heck yeah. Cool. Okay.
I'll drink a fire resistance potion.
Cool.
Someone should eat this last candy so I can take it off my character sheet finally.
You eat it.
Fine, I'll eat the
Yeah.
candy. I take it from
Yeah.
whoever has it.
Mm-hmm.
5.
You gain a climbing speed equal to your movement speed.
Nice. Spider
Sturdy,
monkey.
sturdy fingers.
Kel, do you want to take that giant strength potion?
Yes. I can take more than one potion at a time, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. We're stacking.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
So,
What
order
else
of
does Kel
business.
take?
Keld's going to apply the oil of sharpness to his sword. That's going to take a minute, so I want to do that first.
Okay, 1 minute.
Wasting a minute. Gunhild will love it. Then I'm going to take my potion of giant hill strength and spit out that fucking nasty toenail that's in there or whatever.
Ugh.
No,
Then
you have to swallow that. That's how it works.
That's
Yeah,
important.
it's like the
The worm in the tequila.
exactly.
then he will
Ew.
unexcitedly swallow the toenail.
Mm.
Then I will take my potion of heroism
Mm-hmm.
and then I will apply the mystery poison from Calendula to my sword as well.
Okay.
While everyone's applying things, Nyx is going to go up to Roshan and give him a quick hug
Oh,
and say, when we're done with this, we're going to go flying together again. Trust me. And cast long stride around him to make him a little faster.
Yeah.
My tippy toes are speedy now.
Go a little tiny bit faster.
Good.
Fen's just going to hug Nana and just say, I love you. You've always been the best friend someone could have asked for. I'm sorry that we're here, but there's no one I'd rather be here with than you.
I feel very much the same. You've been a boon friend and companion, Fen. No one else I'd rather face the end of the world with than you.
See you on the other side.
Alive. Or else.
Or else.
I'm double checking the rules on the basic poison. That only retains potency for like 1 minute. Is that correct?
Yeah, so you'd
So,
want to
yeah.
hopefully put
Hold
it
on to
on
that.
right before combat starts.
Got you. Okay. I am hanging on to that.
Okay. And resistance to poison damage was the other thing.
Resistance to poison damage and advantage against escaping
Being
grapples
escaping grapples and restraints.
and being restrained. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Gunhild watches you all be like really gross and sappy for a while and is just like like kind of nodding off like
Mm.
and occasionally like snorts and she's like, mm-hmm. Uh-huh, yeah. He's just excited to watch us all die when we try to interact with the batteries.
Well, one
Let's
way or
kill him
another,
first.
sure to be a show.
I
Yeah.
couldn't have made it this far without you. Glad you're with us.
Yeah, well, just somebody has to rip off Sunny's face and wear it as a mask, so whatever.
Well, I think that's a contest between you and Kel to who can do that first. So let's make it
I
happen.
guess we'll see. He thought it was funny. And Gunhild like looks back one more time, and this is Jillian now. Hi, it's me, Jillian. I don't plan to be incredibly nice about retcons. Is how I am viewing this. I don't plan to be very nice about it. I'm just putting that out there. Want it on the table. But Gunhild looks to you and she takes a deep breath and like pulls out this stiletto dagger and gives it a little spin and like kind of like holds it close to the wrist and begins slowly making her way forward. I would like a group stealth check.
Okay.
We're still in the Rangers' favored terrain.
Yes, so Rangers are still bopping. That's what you like to see.
26.
Natural
21.
20.
Which adds up to.
29. No, 28.
And what was yours, Roshan?
21. 21.
Oh yeah, no, I was waiting for the two quiet people who weren't telling me.
14?
Mm,
A big old 9.
Hmm.
Hell yeah.
there we go. And Gunhild has 31, so she's doing at least good in the front. Making her way forward. I mean, you guys have traveled with Keld and Nyx. This isn't their specialty. They're doing their best. You can see Gunhild like wince every single time that they make a noise. And you begin to move your way forward. Make sure you mute yourself if you are not currently talking. Thank you. Big preach girlies. Okay. You make your way forward. And the first thing that hits you is the smell of decay. Immediate, pungent, with each step growing stronger. Eventually, Gunhild stops and leans into a tree and looks forward. All of you can see from where you currently are a clearing and a hill. Lush green grass free of snow, beautiful and lush and alive. Um, the area around you as you look up, and you can even see in some of the distant trees, are lined with the symbols of Yord, tied in different strands of black and browns and blondes and coppers. Just so many different colors holding each of these bundles together around the tree line. It would be almost beautiful, the sight you are perceiving, if it were not for the concentric circles of corpses lining the hill. Animals and humans laid beautifully around the center of this clearing at the top of this hill. These corpses lie still. You can also see that there are some corpses that are not in these circles and seem to be strategically or otherwise, you're unsure, placed about the clearing. There are also felled trees, these logs that are placed around the clearing. You can see that there is a line that comes starting from where the corpses are in the direction of you, and just these huge trunks littering this hill, covering it in different designs and shapes. But from your vantage point, you can't really make out what it is, but you can see that there are a lot of them. You can also see, I'm going to go people who have a passive perception of 17 and higher. You can see that there is a smattering of strange shaped birds in trees. None where Gunhild has taken you, but you can see that there is just a strange shape to the silhouette of these birds. None of them close enough to really get a good look at, but very strange to behold. You look forward, and your assumption is that it is about 250 feet to the center of this hill, to the center of these circles of corpses. And you can see Sunny, who is currently sitting on the ground, working at one of these symbols of Yord. Her hair currently cut into a short and slightly sloppy bob. Some could call it fashionable. And you can see that she twists blonde strands around this rune before placing it into the ground, and like takes like a kind of a deep breath and kind of like lays her head forward. You can see that there are 4 of those around the innermost circle at the top of the hill. You see that she makes no glances inwards, meaning she is not looking at Bosch, who stands in the center. He looks, even from this distance, emaciated, pale. You can see some of the sunlight being able to be seen through his cloak. It's worn thin. You see that he's looking in the direction away from you as he is like taking in this huge scene around him. Is there anything that you are doing once you have landed? Is there anything you're trying to accomplish? I know there was one more poison that wanted to be applied.
Yep, Nana is getting that poison applied to her short sword.
And that takes a minute to apply?
Believe. Double checking that, but I think that's correct.
Okay, you begin that. Bosch turns.
Oh, bonus action, actually.
And I'm activating my symbiotic entity.
Okay. Is Keld? Yes, sir.
Hello.
Did you need something from me, Gregory? I don't know. Kyle, were you going to say something?
No, I just wanted to make sure that Greg got out what he had to say.
I
I
don't
didn't know
what
if you
want.
saw the
I
the
saw
visual.
it.
Never mind.
Perfect.
Choice paralysis.
Is there? I assume we're not immediately out in the open, but is there a place like on our way between us and Bosch and or Sunny to hide? Like,
There are these logs, but they are not anything akin to good cover. They are a lot of them have been like shorn in half, and like you'd have to, if you're lucky, for some of them you could like lay flat and like snake your way, but that's not apparent for all of them.
but
And especially if they're at the top of the hill. They
what if it were somebody that was a wood elf that had the Shroud of the Wild ability that allowed them to hide, even if only slightly obscured?
Sure.
Right.
It's just laying face down in the mud. I've got
Oh,
this.
yeah, Fen will crawl up prone. Not something he's never done one hunting before. So
Yeah.
Fen's gonna hide uh,
Oh,
to get
so for you to
himself in
get
the.
to these logs, you will have to walk out into the open first.
Oh, okay, but we're like 200 something feet from Bosch.
You're 250 feet away from Bosch. You're about 20 to 30 feet away from the first log. And then the logs are smattered all over the place. And then you're about like 200 from the first circle of bodies. 1 second. But Greg, I know you were talking about that using that big boy level spell slot for something, if you were so
That's what I
inclined.
am thinking. Killed is going to cast Death Ward on Nyx. He's going to give her a little hug.
The clankiest hug for these two attempting to step.
Clink clonk. Okay. You two hug. You start applying poison to your sword. Gunhild's gone. Gunhild is immediately gone from view.
I was checking my poison. It takes me a bonus action to apply that. And then it lasts for a minute.
Well, sure then. That's all you. Your minute starts now.
Fen's gonna give a quick glance to everybody and give a shrug, like, anything else?
Nana gets her longbow ready and gets ready with a particular arrow that Fen made sure she had on hand, since he wouldn't be able to use it.
So
You all make a look forward, like, all right, we're focusing up. And you see that Sunny's standing.
Yep.
And she puts her wrist to her teeth and rips it open. And you
Oh,
watch
boy.
as ichor explodes from her wrist and coats the sword that she's holding. And you feel the earth breathe.
Oh.
I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, boy.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Natural 20.
Natural one.
I also sent a picture of the map. Not that I think it's the most helpful thing in the world. She's just cute. But that is on the Discord.
I appreciate that.
It's appreciated, yes.
You are at the drawn tree line. Is where you are.
Okay.
Drawn tree line. Okay. Where's Sunny?
Sunny's like right at the center with
Right at the
Bosch.
dot.
Oh, okay.
She's like 10 feet in front of you, like, I'm here, beach. Throw hands immediately. Okay, so. You guys. Sorry, there's so many people involved at this combat. I think initiative is going to take me a second. Okay. 20 to 25.
23.
What's your dexterity modifier?
It is +3.
Okay. Okay. Um, I won't worry about that. Next, we have 15 to 20.
19.
Then we have 10 to 15.
14.
I have
That's
10.
I feel like this is the lowest Fen's ever rolled on initiative. Um, hold on to your number for a second, Nix. And you said yours is a 10.
It is.
Nix. Keld, what's yours?
A 1.
Okay. This is the longest initiative list I've ever made in my life. As you are confronted with Sunny as from this like black vein in the center of her arm, Keld, which you got to see close up in your last combat, just explodes with ichor that fully encapsulates the sword, the one that had that dark energy to it. And it seems longer, it seems stronger. And she focuses up and looks in y'all's direction. Bosch continues to look away. Bosch takes a deep breath, and it's almost as if the forest inhales with him. And there's a gentle rumble as there is these walls of ichor and dirt and rock that shoot up from the ground. And you watch as they wrap around where Bosch is, hiding him behind this wall. And then you see that there are a couple more that spatter across the field. One of them next to Sunny, who looks in its direction next to her and takes it in. Um, Girly, I didn't put you in the thing. Get in there, Sunny. You're on the initiative, girl. There you go. So as the layer action, these walls go up. And you can feel the energy immediately in the space shift. I am going to, if I had a box of doom, this would be when it happens. Okay. Okay. I can't see. Okay. Now, one moment. And she has a 12. Okay. You watch as Sunny glances at the wall next to her, her intent seeming to be like, I'm going to step behind cover momentarily. Because I'm not an idiot, is the intent. Um, she begins to make her way towards that. As immediately you watch as Gunhild appears from behind her, dagger in hand, and immediately goes to stab Sunny in the back of the neck, trying to get off and assassinate Deathstrike. let's see. Do I get to roll all 30 something d6s during these trying times? Okay. She goes in, and you see for a moment Sunny fully caught off guard and quickly raises her hand, casts shield, and the knife scrapes over it, and Gunhild rolls to the side and lands next to her, eyes wide. You can hear from the distance Sunny saying, "You dumb fucking bitch," as that sword is turned, focused on Gunhild. That's a shame. That's a pity. Um, da, 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 da. She is going to use her bonus action to disengage from Sunny. No, Sunny already used her reaction. She's going to start stepping backwards and moves across the battlefield a little bit. She doesn't have a lot of movement left, but she takes a couple steps away from Sunny. Okay. Sorry, everyone's loaded at the front. Now it is Bosch's turn. Bosch doesn't even regard the scene around him or look back to you or Sunny screaming at Gunhild. He looks back one time before he is fully encompassed behind these walls. And for people with a perception of, or passive perception of 17 or higher, you get a glance of that orb as it is drawn out from behind.
Jillian, we lost your audio.
I think Misha entered the initiative, guys.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Man, we had that enough back in the apartment game day. Also kind of wonky on Twitch. It's not a milestone episode without technical.
It's a big moment, a big episode. We want to take a break 2.0. Yeah, we got Twitch chat saying audio is wild.
Yeah, it's gastring. It's kind of fried here. Yep, yeah, we're robots again.
Jillian's back.
Oh, we got Jillian back.
Yeah, that's gastering. Well, I'm going to go to break then. I'm back. Do we sound good?
I sure hope
Please.
so.
Please say
Please?
we do.
Tell me I
Yes.
sound good.
Crystal clear.
All right, sounds good from the chat.
Sounds
Yeah,
good so far.
Good.
Let me know if it gets weird. So anywho, as I was being Boshua,
Boshua.
Gunhild can't land her assassinate. So now she is out in the open and now in a very bad predicament for her. As Bosch takes his turn, I'm going to roll because I don't remember if I did or not, and I couldn't remember the number if I wanted to. Okay, that's Bosch's turn. We're now on to Sunny's turn, who turns her focus fully to Gunhild. These these assholes all rolled really good on initiative. Um, uh, Sunny with a nat 20, good for her. So Sunny's going to take her turn. Everyone bear with me as I attack myself.
How dare she get a better nat 20 than me? Rude.
She is going to turn her focus towards Gunhild and say, how about you be fucking useful for once? And Gunhild is going to make an intelligence saving throw. Okay. She has a pretty good save on that. Fuck it. Sunny's going to use her reaction to take things off that. Nobody else is engaged in the combat yet. Okay. So now that's just going to be +2. No. +4. Gunhild looks towards her and kind of like seems to like stagger a bit and lose focus, and like there is a moment of panic, it looks like, from Gunhild. And then Sunny is going to spit on the ground and take a step behind the wall. This is one of these like vaguely placed ones. There's the ones fully encompassing Bosch, and then there are like a couple higher up on the hill that Sunny is taking refuge behind. That is Sunny's turn. Roshan, you are up. Fen, you're on deck. You guys are 250 feet away from the middle.
Is there good cover, like, I don't know, 40 feet out? Is there a cover that Roshan could run to from the tree line?
All there are these logs that are laid out in these positions. You're not sure how much cover you could get from them.
Oh, what about the cover that Bosch raised, or the
That's
environment?
only like at the top, around the top of the
Okay.
hill where the bodies are.
Well, then, Roshan will cast Haste on Keld, and then he's not crazy enough to be the first one out, so he'll hide behind a tree.
Okay, you step behind a tree. All right, Fen, you're up. The next player character is... Where's Nana on this list?
I thought I had a nat 20 with a total of 23.
Yeah, go now.
Okay. Got it.
Put you here. So you wouldn't have gone before Sunny, but
Damn.
you
Oh,
would
well.
have gone before Roshan. But I don't think that'll affect anything. Get in
No,
there.
not at this point. Nana, I think, is gonna try to advance up the hill at an angle such that she is trying to get a clear view of Sunny.
Oh, you don't think you're gonna get a clear view of Sunny this round?
Okay.
There's no way.
Then I think she's going to dash in order to get into a better position, 60 feet.
Okay. Okay. 60 feet. All right, you begin dashing forward, moving into the area of play. Fen, you are up, and Nyx, you are the next player character on deck.
All right. Is Sunny under full cover or
Yes. Sunny
partial
has full
cover?
cover.
Okay. With 55 feet of movement, can Fen get to a point where she's not?
With 55.
Hold on. Let me double check my fucking movement. I should know this at this point, but I just got a bump. So yeah, I should have 55 feet of movement. First round of
No,
combat. Okay. What she's with 55 feet of movement, you can't get to a point where she's even under less than full cover.
it's because she is angled up on this hill and still so distant from you, and it's not like the wall's like slender. It has some width to it, so it is not the easiest thing to get view on. And she, you can assume, is flush to it. At this moment, you do not have sight.
What about with 95 feet of movement? If I wheel around,
Mm-hmm. 95. If you fully go sideways, yeah. If you
fully
just
side,
angle that shit.
yeah, angle that shit, and then with a bonus action dash, and gonna make 2 attacks at Sunny with sharpshooter.
Okay.
One is a natural 1, and
All
one
right.
is a 21.
Okay. With her shield up, that does not make contact.
Okay. End defense turn.
Okay. Okay. You watch as the hill begins to stir. There's movement from the bodies in the circles, and then there is very obvious movement from the bodies scattered around the field. As you watch as they begin to rise up and move, their bodies elongating in places, some of them held together with just tethers of corruption, some of them falling forward onto all fours. You watch as the trees tremble as these birds take to the sky. You watch as uh, these zombie-esque creatures, these creatures of corruption, begin moving their way forward, popping up around the map. Um, one of them is going to go for Nana, and one of them is going to go for Fen. As you step around these bodies and these logs, you see one of them pulls up from behind. You can see just whispering and twitching and just babbling from its mouth. No real words, no real thoughts as it makes its way towards you. It's going to attack Nana first. Um, See, the Bosch dice are so cool. I just can't see them. And I also accidentally turned my light off, so now I'm in spooky darkness. Uh, does an 18 hit you, Nana?
An 18 does hit me. I am going to use parry and spend a superiority die to reduce the damage that I get.
Okay. Do, 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 do. You're going to take 18 points of psychic damage as this creature digs its claws into you and just screams in front of you. It is a horrible sound that rocks your mind. And you can go ahead and take off whatever damage that is. The one next to Fen, it recharges its ability. Fen, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
So 15 plus, hold on, let me pull up my sheet. Wisdom's not terrible. 18.
Okay. So you're going to take half damage. So you're going to go ahead and take 5 points of psychic damage, and you can feel that like the fear makes your limbs start to like tense up. But you are able to push through that impulse. That is their turn. These creatures screaming, elongated claws. Next, the birds as they take to the skies. They dash. That is going to be what they do. The birds begin closing in. You can assume that if you are on the battlefield, you'll probably have a bird on you in the next round. You see that there are, looks like 5 of them that you can see. And as they get closer, you can see that their heads are just these rotten corpses, human heads that have wings sprouting from them as they make their way closer to you. On to the other enemy. You watch as some of the corpses, 4 of them, stand up tall, emaciated and gaunt, but like their muscles begin to stretch and twist. Their mouths hang agape, their tongue dangling and dripping corruption. They are going to run for the people on the battlefield currently. That is the closest bet. 2 of them are going to have to use their turns to dash to get into melee with Fen. One of them has to dash to get to Nana. One of them does not. So one of them is going to get an attack this round. See, I just want to use the Bosch dice, and I keep not wanting to grab it. That's a 21 to hit.
To hit me? Or.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. That hits.
You take 13 points of damage as this thing stumbles into you and begins to try and like bite through your armor. It is then going to attempt to dig its claws into you. We established that in 18 hits.
Yep.
All right. Bit bap, bit bap. Very bad roll on damage. And then you take 6 slashing damage as the claws begin to wrap around you and dig into you. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Is this for grappling?
No.
Oh, okay.
But wouldn't it have been cool if it was?
Man, it sure would have been. Could have used that thing for my treat. Okay, well, con save. 19 on the dice plus 8, that is 27.
Okay. You can also feel your limbs begin to lock up, and you are able to push through that.
I don't have time for this!
And then it is. Okay. That's its turn. Moving on to the next. Nyx, you're up. You can see that there's about you see 14 moving things in play, not counting Sunny.
Sweet. So what My dream would be within 30 feet, be able to get a nice line that's about 60 feet long in front of me that does not hit Fen or Nana, but deals as much like that gets a good amount of enemies in line if possible.
Hey, go ahead and hit me.
I'm going to avoid it if possible.
So there is a grouping of enemies
Mm-hmm.
that is currently not engaged with them that you think you could hit 3 of them.
Sweet, we'll go for that. And I'm going to activate Sunbeam. Just this ball of fire grows in Nyx's hand and shoots out at these 3 in this line. And they all need to do a con save.
Save.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Show them what you're made of.
Yeah.
Show them. Show them.
Who you're made of.
Show them.
Undead and oozes have disadvantage.
It's okay. I don't need to roll again.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to roll with disadvantage. Don't
Just
you
so
worry.
you know.
All 3 of them fail.
Oh, okay. Cool. So they're all blinded and take 27 radiant damage.
All 3 go up in smoke, immediately burn to a crisp, and turn to ash.
Fantastic.
Nice.
I don't think Nyx has any bonus actions ever, so we're done.
Vibes. Perfect. And they would have gone now, but now I can exit their window. And Keld, you are up.
Okay. I was trying to keep up with all of that.
Yeah.
So, what? Where is Nana?
So Nana is. Nana ran her full movement towards the center, so she's about 190 feet away. The thing is, you could. Well, you're hasted. You can do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. You can do whatever you want, Keld. I'm not gonna think about it that hard. You're hasted.
Okay.
She's just like in the middle. She just ran straight forward.
So she just kind of ran into the middle of everything.
Yes.
I was trying to get a better view on Sunny.
There are about 3 entities on her currently.
Okay. And where's Roshan?
Roshan's like right next to you.
Okay, still right there.
Yep.
Okay. And last question. How far is like the closest enemy?
I would say the closest enemies are all probably right next to Nana.
Okay, cool. Keld's gonna go ahead and run in there with Nana.
Okay.
I suppose I'd have to dash. That'll give me like 120.
With your fancy already doubled speed.
Yep. If I dash, it's 120.
I don't think you need to do that much. 250 minus 90. You just need to move 60 feet.
Oh, okay.
And you will be next to Nana.
Oh, you said she was like 100 and something feet away. Cool.
She's 190 feet from the center.
Ah, okay.
She's about 60 feet from you.
Oh, perfect. It's like, damn, how'd she move so fast?
She's so fast. She's already like standing on Bosch.
She's gone. Okay. So Keld's gonna rush up to where she is, and wherever the enemy is that I can hit.
Yeah, you run over. There's a group of 3 of them.
Perfect. What do you know? I have 3 attacks.
Heck yeah.
One for each, or if they don't fall, then
yeah, hold on. Attacks per action are 2, and I have 3 actions, so I have 6 attacks.
no, you get 1 extra from haste.
Okay.
Yeah, just 1 attack, not a full action.
Right,
just an
right, right.
attack.
Okay. So my math is right. How do you want me to roll? Do you want me to like just roll for all 3 hits first?
I'd love you to roll one at a time.
Okay. Um. So first roll's a 17 to hit.
All right, that's going to hit one of them, the first one you run up to.
Okay.
And you get bonuses from your sword and your, I think, natural smite for them being undead.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So that'll put me at that.
I made it too bright. It's too bright.
Um, 12 plus 6, 18 plus
Okay.
6, 24.
Okay. The first one you hit is still up as this sword rakes across its body and it lets out like this like gurgled scream.
Hmm. All right, so I will strike him again. Okay, yeah, that's going to be over a 20 to hit.
Yep, that'll certainly hit.
All right, that's going to be 20 points of damage.
All right.
Lots of
You watch
radiant.
as that first one is cleaved and collapses onto the ground.
Nice. And I've got one more attack left. Okay, yep, over a 20 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit. These guys don't look like they're the speediest in the world.
Yeah. Are these the shambling corpses?
Yeah, there's a weird smattering of shambling corpses. This is definitely in it. These ones have like this long tongue dripping ichor.
All right, that's going to be 18 points of damage on that hit.
Okay. All right. Once again, hitting into this thing, and it like turns and looks at you with these pale eyes. It is still up.
Don't like that.
Is that everything from you, Keld?
I believe so. I'm going to stand my ground here.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. You all watch as the wind begins to pick up and these symbols begin to sway in the trees. Some of their bindings make their way free. These very thin threads, hair, so many different colors of hair from so many people. Uh, some of them take to the sky, some of them hold on to the bearings that they were placed upon. Um, Bosch still not visible, but there is this slowly increasing energy, making the air feel thick, almost humid, similar to a place where you once were, a summer in Soppelheim. But this one feels oppressive and twisting. Layer action. The walls drop. And Bosch absent-mindedly raises an arm and just kind of flicks it back behind him as if shooing someone away. I need everybody to make a constitution saving throw.
19.
18.
Dirty 20.
6.
15.
Okay. Roshan, you're gonna take 27 points of necrotic damage as this just wave of energy, starting at the edge of the corpses in the concentric circles, moves forward and kind of cuts through you almost like an aggressive wind, hitting Roshan all the way in the back. Roshan, you can see it even goes past you. Like this breeze just keeps moving past you. Everybody else takes half.
Roshan also takes half.
What was the total of that damage?
27.
So half of 27. All right.
Follow your hearts. So that
I think it's
can
okay
move.
right now, but Nana, while you're near me, remember you get +2 to saving throws.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. +2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I use a reaction to take half that?
Sure. Gunhild disappears. That is her turn, Bosch's turn, Sunny. Sunny, no longer obscured by the walls, kind of takes everything in and is going to look around, see Keld, and is going to Eldritch Blast from her cozy position over here. She is going to do 4 beams. No, don't worry. Go ahead. What's your armor class?
21.
Okay. Okay. Necrotic energy shoots through the air, and it just seems like she's just whipping these out. It is just like more like Hail Marys than fully aimed attacks as they explode across the ground in a line next to you, one of them colliding with your body. You are going to take you're going to take 8 points of necrotic damage. Oops, don't roll again. Calm down. And she is going to stand her ground. And yeah, she kind of like thinks about it for a second. She's going to back up a bit and is going to kind of lay in to where the corpses are, sort of like slotting herself in on the hillside. That is Sunny's turn. Nana, you're up. Roshan, you're on deck.
All right. So the earthen walls that Bosch had previously erected, has he pulled them back up again, or?
No, he is currently visible. You can see the man in all of his gaunt glory with black veins sort of trailing from his chin from the ichor and blood-soaked arrow that is still stabbed into under his chin. He is just fully focused on this as you watch the orb lift in front of him and slowly begin to spin.
Okay. All right. And there's still 1 or 2 more zombies on Keld and me.
There are 2.
2. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Nana's going to stick to the original plan. Is going to settle up, draw on her longbow with the arrow of humanoid slaying, I'm going to employ my inspiration. I will get to
Okay.
roll twice on this attack to hit. And I'm going to try to get Bosch.
Okay.
All right. Better one. 18 on the dice, plus 8. 26.
You had me worried for a second, saying 18 first like that. Saying
On the
18 so
dice.
casually
Sorry, on the
first.
dice. Plus 20. It's 26 total.
Yeah, you guys don't have to tell me what you get on the dice unless it's really cool.
Yeah.
Because I go, ooh, and then I go, oh. I
So
can't handle the
sorry.
emotional roller coaster.
Ah,
Um,
26.
most certainly. He is going to use a reaction to give himself, he doesn't know it's coming. He knows an arrow's coming. So he's going to use it to give himself resistance to piercing damage. He doesn't know if there's any other damages involved, just piercing damage. He throws that up casually.
Okay.
So if there are different types of damage, it need be separate. Or
Radiant
if it is
damage.
all piercing. What
It
is it?
is.
Radiant damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be, yeah. He needs to make a con saving throw.
Okay. He will do that.
Time. It's going to be. Okay.
That is a 19 on the saving throw.
The saving throw does succeed, so he'll take half as much extra damage, which is instead of. Is it half the total?
You roll the full number and then you half it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to do that on D&D Beyond for ease. 6d10 divided by 2.
10d6.
Oh, sorry. I guess I must have put that in backwards. That's my fault.
I'm not looking at it and I'm not going to think about it too hard.
Got it. 10d6. Yata. All right. Half of 25 for him then will be
Okay.
on
12.
top of it was an original, what was it? Yeah. 8 piercing damage initially. So
4
then another 4.
piercing damage.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. You putting any other stank on that?
I'm definitely throwing on Hunter's Mark so that I have eyeball on him going
What's the
forward.
range on Hunter's Mark?
Oh, that's a good question. I should have double checked my eyeballs on that. 90 feet?
You are 190 feet away from him.
Well, okay then. I'm not putting on Hunter's Mark yet. I don't have anything with longer range, so nope. That's where it's at.
Okay. Nana, that's your turn.
Well,
Also, I know things are going slow, and that's just how it's going to be, but you guys are welcome to describe your heroic bullshit. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear what all this shit sounds like, just a little bit sometimes, if you're so inclined to tell me what your heroic bullshit looks like. And I'd love to start with the shooting of this arrow, specifically with Bosch's name on it.
okay. I do think that Nana takes a quick duck around Keld, squares up her shoulders, aims. Right. For everyone. And lets loose. And in that same moment, I don't think she's paying too close attention to how hard it hits. I think she's trying to strategize her best way forward to get in close distance.
Okay. And are you going to move? You currently still have 2 enemies with you.
There are 2 enemies with me, in which case, now that I've fired off the special arrow, I'm putting away my longbow and I'm going to change out for my shield and short sword. Which
That'll be a beautiful
will
action later.
Yeah. That will be a beautiful action on my next turn, now that I have taken an action this turn.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
Fen, you are up.
So I've got 3 of these things engaged: a corpse and 2 birds. Is that what's engaged with me?
The birds aren't on you yet. They're in the sky, but can be on you in this like their coming turn. Currently, you have 3 things that are on top of you, though.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action disengage from those things. Fen just
Okay.
kind of shimmies and shakes his way out of them, and it's going to keep moving his way up the hill. He's got eyes on um Sunny.
Okay.
He's gonna assume that I'm really hoping, and I don't know until I do this whether or not Gunhild is still within 5 feet of her. Uh,
Okay.
she's kind of
And she is
melded back at
also laying prone, so you have disadvantage on the attack.
disadvantage on the attack. Oh,
So
Sunny's laying
sneak
prone.
attack. Yeah, Sunny laid down with the corpses.
Oh, I thought she stood alongside corpses.
No,
Um,
she laid the fuck down.
no, fuck that. Then I'm shooting a
She
Bosch.
went,
Like,
oh shit.
oh,
Yeah, shoot a Bosch. He's
I
still
shoot a
standing.
Bosch. Like, yeah,
Yeah, shoot
no,
him.
yeah, nothing.
I would
Nothing
assume if you use your
with
movement, you
this.
can get within range of him.
I don't need the movement to get in range with him. We started in range of Bosch. I just couldn't see him.
Well, for your
I,
crossbow, it's 80 feet or
oh,
disadvantage.
80 feet. Oh, yeah, right. I'm used to having a longbow.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
like, you don't have a longbow anymore. You have to get
yeah.
within 80
Sorry.
feet or have disadvantage.
I've had this in my brain for 4.5 years. Like,
Yeah.
um, yeah. I'll get in range of Bosch and take a shot at him. Nothing on it, but malice.
Sure. Go ahead and take your attack.
With I thought I said with no sharpshooter. Hopefully that came through.
I didn't
21
hear
to
it.
hit.
21 hits.
$11 points of damage.
Okay.
Smoking hot 11 points of damage.
He has currently an arrow sticking out of his shoulder, and a bolt joins him like around the hip, digging into the armor. Anything else from Fen? Is that a no? I was busy listening to the beat of the drums.
Fen, that is all Fen can do. Sorry, my daughter is assembling her IKEA furniture upstairs.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Cool.
Okay, that is Fen's turn. Let's get some of these girly pops.
I believe we skipped over me.
Roshan, please jump in.
Is there a cluster of 3 or more zombies that I could hit with a fireball? It's got a decent radius. A 20-foot radius, so 40-foot sphere.
Your best case scenario is if you'd like to drop it where Fen was, you can get 3, or you can drop it where Nana and Keld are and get 2, but also Nana and Keld.
Well, I think I'll leave my friends unblemished and fireball the 3 where Fen were. And that is a Dex 18.
Does it get 10 birds too?
The birds are up. They are not within or next to those ones in general.
Okay, just a question.
No problem. One of them gets a 20. Good for you.
Bastard.
I know. No. And certainly not. Okay, one of them succeeds, 2 fail.
The 2 failures take 30 damage, and the success takes 15. And then Roshan would like to use his movement to move 40 feet up.
Okay. You move
A little out
40
in the
feet
open,
forward.
not as
So brave.
I'm out in the open, but I was alone anyway, so things were bad.
Okay. You move forward. Um, the creature that you fireballed will dash to get to you. The one that was hit. They were all hit now, weren't they? Yeah.
Is he gonna run by me? Cause I'll fucking hit him.
I'll hit him. They are slightly away from each other in this scenario. So three of these shambling creatures move immediately in on Roshan, who attacked them and then made a surprise entrance. So they close in on Roshan, and that is that one's turn. The birds. One of the birds is going to because they're spread out. They came from around the map, circling inwards. One of them is going to swoop down towards Fen and is going to make its attack. Mouth open, just like these gnarled, broken teeth. Barely a bird, if you really think about it.
I'm an expert on birds. That's not a bird.
Fen's like, that's not a bird, as a human head flies at you. Does
I
a
know my birds. That's
17
not a
hit?
bird.
A 17 meets my AC.
Okay. So you are going to take a smidge of damage. You take 5 piercing damage and 10 poison damage.
I hate that.
Yeah, as this thing like lands on you with like its chin as feet, just this like split chin just like lands, and it begins to try and just like gnaw into your back as you are just like swatting at it, and can feel like poison beginning to sink into your blood.
Yeah, complete
Um,
dick move. Hate it.
understood. Um,
Gross.
one of the birds is going to circle around where Nana and Keld are, and it opens its mouth, and you watch as half of its jaw sort of breaks and like swings a little, and it lets out this high-pitched scream. I need Nana and Keld to make me wisdom saving throws.
23.
I can't hear you.
You're muted.
21. 21.
Okay. Once again, just like you can feel like it's like you're like when you're so scared that you're like your knees want to like buckle in and you just want to cave in on yourself. It is that sensation. But you are bolstered by knowing what you need to do and do not fall. One of them will swoop in seeing this and is going to go screaming towards Keld and try and give him a bite. I don't think that's going to do it. Just sort of like lands, and it's the sound of teeth breaking against metal armor. Just right next to your ear, Kel, just the crack of teeth. Sorry for the teeth people, my bad.
Rip.
It's hard when they're just ahead. Um, um, I won't do it again, swear. The other one will come down for Nana. That would be
Can I
a
use my sentinel reaction?
sure.
Yay.
Yeah.
Ooh, like a 30 to hit.
Whew.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Hell yeah, bud.
Fuck yeah.
So it's a reaction because it hit. Is that what it is?
Yeah, because it hit Nana, who's within 5 feet of me.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure it was because it hit. Begging.
Because of reasons.
I care deeply for the reasons.
Yes.
28 damage to that guy.
As this thing bites into Nana with a crit, it is then immediately shorn in half, but it is still getting in that crit.
No.
Yeah. All right.
That's why I asked if it was specifically because it hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the head still holding on with the bite.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
no.
going to take 10 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
This one's rough. And then 22 poison damage.
I have
which you
resistance.
are resistant, so you take.
Thank God. It was 22, you said?
Yep, so you take 11.
11. Thank God.
This one, Fen, Nana, Keld, Scream. One more. This one's flying around. You can see just like its eyes go crossed, and it's just like you watch as its tongue lolls out, and then the tongue falls out. And it turns its focus to Nyx and flies in as he's like, nobody's covering this, and I can have it all to myself. And flies over to make its attack. I don't believe a 16 hits.
It doesn't. I'd love it to make me a save. My con save. See if these spores do anything. They
What?
try so hard, guys.
What's the DC?
18. And it's necrotic damage, so I don't know if it does anything to them. Anyway.
It's a different kind of necrosis.
Did you say it's an 18?
Yeah.
Well, it certainly fails.
Holy shit.
It's the first time, guys.
Oh my God.
So
Yay,
long.
spores.
And when my symbiotic entity is active, so it does double.
Ooh.
12.
Hell yeah.
It does not seem to have an effect.
Wow.
As
Well,
spores just engulf this thing, and it's like, it's just like screaming and wobbling around, the goop hanging from its neck. It seems unbothered by that.
good to know.
That is its turn. Bosch is going to use a legendary action. Takes a moment and stops. Kneels down and places his hand on the dirt. Sinks his fingers in. And like pulls the ground. And all of you can feel, it feels like the earth moves beneath your feet as all of you are jostled. All of you are slammed into the center. All of you viciously pulled from your spots quicker than you can blink as you are shoveled right to the middle. All of you are about, we're going to say 125 from where Bosch currently is. And all of you are now just like in a little group together. And the enemies are pulled in around you. The only ones unaffected are the birds, who were like, the bird was like, I got you. And then you were shunted away. And he's like, shit.
I'll catch up.
I'll get there eventually, he says, in his mind. They don't talk. But all of you are pulled forward, pushed into the middle. That is that. And now it is these guys' turn, all four of them. Let's see. Okay, the first one is going to take a swing at Roshan, this corrupted monster, tongue lolling out of its mouth. That's a 19 on the dice, so I feel pretty good about that. I personally feel pretty okay about that. Yeah, it's going to take as these clawed hands dig into you for not a lot of damage. The teeth dig in. You take 7 points of piercing damage. And then
Has
it
this
is
thing been hurt
going.
before?
It has.
Then I will Hellish Rebuke at second level, and I need a Dex 18 save from it.
Dex. That's an 18 on the dice. Wow.
Wow, fuck you. You still take 9
Rude.
damage.
Yeah.
What sort of damage is your
Fire.
you watch this thing as it goes in with the claws. Fire engulfs it, and you can see it scream silently as it turns into a charred husk.
Woo!
The other one, I guess, feeling for his friend, will attack you.
Rude.
That's a 15 to hit. I don't know your new armor class.
It is 15.
Ah, that's a shame.
Oh.
Ooh, ouch. You take 16 points of piercing damage on the bite.
Ow.
I know. That's what I said. And then the claws. That's an 18 to hit. This d6 is rolling pretty good. You're going to take 10 points of slashing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
I got a 9 on my con save.
You are currently paralyzed,
No.
as you can
Oh,
feel
good.
the fear kind of sink in and your body tense up. I'm so sorry, the DC was 10.
Oh.
No, go back. Those two went. The other one is going to go for. It is going to go for Nyx, and it's going to swing. It's going to go with its teeth. Then claws. Does a 20 hit you, Nyx?
20 does.
How great. How fortuitous. You are able to push off the teeth from digging into you, but that leaves room for the claws. You take 12 slashing damage as this thing like digs into your sides. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
15.
Okay. You feel that sensation of your knees wanting to buckle, but you're able to push through, and you glance over, and Roshan's just like full paralyzed. And then those two, that was Nyx. One more. Seeing that Roshan is paralyzed, it is going to at least go in with the teeth for a bite of that with advantage. I don't need the advantage, but do I get a crit is the question. No. The teeth dig in. You took 11 points of piercing damage, Roshan, and it like bites into you and just sees that there's so many people here and will take a strike against Nana as well. While it keeps its teeth dug in.
Rude.
Keeping its teeth dug in, it is just unable to get purchase as it swipes past you. That's all those
Okay for that.
girlies. That one takes its turn. Okay, Nyx, you're up. Keld, you're on deck.
Huh. Am I able to get more than one in a line to do more sunbeams on people, or no?
You are kind of now in a big jumble of you and the enemies. So you can't you could get like one on the outskirts, but if you want more than one, you got to get teammates.
Okay. How many people in our team are currently hurt? Not everybody? Okay, great. We're going to cast Mass Healing Word instead. Or Mass Cure Wounds. My bad. The one that I have.
Whichever one I currently have.
Whichever one I have that gives you guys a decent amount of health back. Okay. Everyone gets 25 back.
Nice.
And then I have no bonus actions, so I stand my ground and stare this thing down that tried to swipe its claws at me.
It looks at you and its eye like just like goes whoop and like looks far off, just like far off.
Good.
Huh.
I
Nothing
believe
personal.
this zombie's taking this very seriously.
Hey, they're doing their best. Maybe they could have had more time to be better, but alas. That is Nyx's turn. Keld, you are up. You are currently engaged with 4 monsters like interwoven with you guys.
Right. Okay. And are we all within like 10 feet of each other? We all got bloop.
Yeah, too, and I'll say sure. Why not?
Just trying to get a frame of reference.
Yeah, you guys are just all in a big group together. I'll say close enough for comfort.
Bosch did say, you said Bosch had squished us all together into a spot.
Yeah. Okay. So Keld wants to take out these last 4 creatures, or at least make some headway in that. So he's going to. Oh my fucking divine smites. We're just going to use the one that is here by default
Mhm.
because damage does not carry over to the next creature.
It doesn't. We don't do cleave here. Not in my house.
Only on Thursdays. Tune in on
Maybe
Thursdays.
next time. Not this time, but maybe next time.
Maybe.
Okay. So I'm going to go for, I guess, the first closest one.
Sure. Well, we'll just go in order. This
Sweet.
tall one. Claws and like a twisted mouth.
That'll be a 29 to hit.
Most certainly.
So you'll see. Cool. 18 damage to him.
Okay. He is still standing as this sword rakes across its body with what the sword is born to do. It is born to send corruption to the grave.
This is literally what it was made for. That's why she's called Corpse Slayer. All right. Okay, even higher to hit. So let's see if we can finish off this guy. 15 damage.
How do you finish this guy off?
I think you see as he strikes, well, honestly, just cleaves into this thing. Basically, like these tendrils come out of the sword. These like tendrils of radiant energy and basically like leech whatever undeath life is in it.
Okay. The sword hits in, and just the body, almost like an implosion, is kind of like pulled forward in on itself as the necrosis and corruption are pulled from it, and it crumples in front of you. And you have one more attack left?
Yes. And I think for this, we're going to throw on a higher divine smite.
You can decide to divine smite once you bing bong,
Right.
I believe, but
After Bing Bong.
after bing bong.
All right, that's going to be a 30 to hit.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you before you use this smite. This guy looks rough. Like he looks really, really
Okay.
rough. I'll give you a heads up.
So this
I feel
guy's
nice.
already been damaged.
Yeah, all of these guys have been damaged except one. So if you want to aim for the one that has not been damaged, you are welcome to, and then do that. But the other two have been damaged.
I guess let me just go for that one that has not been damaged yet then.
Okay, cool. And you're gonna throw a divine smite on that one.
Yeah.
Big
Okay,
juicy
cool.
one.
Some less than juicy damage. Oh, okay.
Did you roll to hit me?
Yep. 30.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, man. Yeah. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, I guess.
Cha.
Yeah, no problem. How
I
much?
guess, right?
Oh,
No rush.
there we go. $24 damage to that guy. And then
I think that'd be all three of your attacks.
yep.
Okay. Any bonus actions?
Fuck. I don't think so.
Okay.
Nope. Okay.
Okay. Back at the top. The corpse is circled around Bosch. He watches their backs arch and they scream. It's just like wind being pushed through their lungs. Something unnatural.
Hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
And being close to Keld, we get +2 on that.
Yep.
What do you want?
16.
22.
23.
28.
For a couple of you, for a second, fear grips you. And then it loses its grip. Because who could be afraid when Keld's here? Who could be afraid when Keld's here?
It's my fucking boy.
Who could be fucking afraid when Keld's here? It's fine.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is an important roll I am about to do, and then I'm going to do another important roll. But first, this one.
Oh boy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a shame and a pity, isn't it? That's a shame and a goddamn pity. Roshan, for a second, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And Gunhild becomes visible as blank-faced. She goes in to try and stab you.
Oh my god, no! She doesn't mean it this time!
She didn't mean it the first time.
I know! And that's what she was saying. She was saying the next time she tried to kill him, she would mean it!
Oh, that's a shame. Roshan's like, I think you might be a liar, but I can't really tell in the moment. I don't know. What do you add to this girly pop? No, your passive perception wouldn't even be enough. It is what it is.
I don't know. Mine's a 29. I don't know if that helps.
Well, you watch as this stiletto dagger swings past you. You can feel it cut against your arm, but not enough to make impact. With the two fucking nat ones I just rolled, this dagger swings down and cuts into the side of Rosharn's arm. Gunhild perks back up, eyes glazed over, spins the dagger in her hand, and is going to bonus action disengage and back up and like start circling around again.
God damn.
So she's about, I'd say about 30 feet from you guys currently as she steps back and circles around, looking like she's surrounded. She looks like a cornered animal.
Mm-hmm. It's that their enemies abound.
Then it is Bosch's turn. You can see the orb in front of him spinning, and you can see the energy. You can feel it. It is palpable as it builds up around it. Bosch raises a hand that was once in the dirt. He doesn't touch it, but he leans in and almost goes to caress it. You feel a wave of fear, a wave of nausea that hits into you all at once. You can see that he seems unsteady on his feet as he stares forward, and you watch his shoulders relax as he looks on at what he has done. You watch as the corpses around him twist and lift and bend, their bodies snapping, the screams escaping from their mouths once again. And you watch the ground begin to split and sliver as energy pulls up dark and necrotic in front of Bosch and to around the orb, creating the display of a tree. A tall, dark, dripping Yggdrasil stands before you as it wraps itself around the orb, barely visible now in the center of it. Bosch looks forward at it and turns around to focus on you. And that is where we are going to stop for today. Thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story. If you want to keep up with us, we are at the Dice Cult on Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky. If you want to keep up with just us, we're at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. Over on Instagram, I put my dice in the dirt where they belong, and it seems that's what they wanted. And so I'm pretty happy about that. If you want some beautiful dice that understand that the bad guys should get to do some cool things a little bit, maybe not get to stab Roshan to death, but they should get to do something. You can follow the link in the chat or the box below to get some beautiful dice. If you want to continue the fun, you can join us on Thursdays. This one will be the following Thursday, not this one. Don't get confused. The next one, you can enjoy Gossamer Vale, which is another mythology-inspired D&D campaign, a bit more Celtic though. And we all had fun at the circus, and now we're going on a little adventure together.
It'll be fun.
It'll be really fun. I am sure of it. You can join us every other Thursday starting next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. We love telling you guys a story. We'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.
200.
200 episodes, cultists. Thank you.
Woo!